Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Dk1original coming at you from the exact same location. Yes, those are definitely balloons from my birthday in the background. Yes, it's July, but yes, I still have them. So I'm definitely shooting this in my pajamas and my gown, and I threw on a scarf so I look a little bit more respectful, but it's definitely nighttime and I just wanted to quickly shoot this before I sleep. Sibonga my ring lights. Anyway, I actually wanted to talk about the horrific experience that I had at Tembisa hospital a few days ago. So a few days ago, I have a 1-year-old niece, and if you know anything about toddlers are fast and they run away fast, and if you are not careful, you are looking at them 1 minute and the next minute they are completely gone. But anyway, so my 1-year-old niece was playing on chairs or something like that, I don't know, and she fell, she bumped her head, and she got like a really deep cut on her head, and we tried to bandage it up, but then it kept bleeding. So she's one, it's a head injury. We were worried, we rushed her to the hospital. Guys, like, not to be dramatic, but nothing in this life could have prepared me for the things that I saw at Tembisa hospital. Like nothing in this life. Like, you know what, I've been to public hospitals before. When I was in a car accident, I remember they took me to Calafon. Maybe I blocked it out of my head, but I do not remember it being that bad. So okay, we got there, obviously. We got to casualty. They said, okay, she must go in. I was with my other niece. Okay, it's complicated, but anyway, my niece has a child. That child is also my niece. Just keep up. There's a 1-year-old, and then there's an older one. Ne? Sharp. So my niece goes in with the small baby. I go open up a file. That didn't take long. Literally, the guy who was helping me open up the file, I hope you guys can't hear that. I was legitimately like, are you sure that you work here? Like, he wasn't, guys, it looked like that guy just got out of bed. He looked hella bored the whole time. I was just so confused by the whole thing. Anyway, whatever, I open up the file, and then I head back to casualty, to the emergency room. The things I saw in that emergency room. Guys, no, man. No, public hospitals, guys. Like, that is really just like the bottom of the bottom. Like, I was so taken aback. Like, guys, like, it's not a trauma. Like, dilo tse ke di boneng go Tembisa hospital. Like, first of all, it's crowded. It's like intensively crowded. Like, in my head, literally, all I'm thinking at that moment is, oh my word, it's so full in here. All these people have different things. We don't even know what they have. Literally, I tell my niece, I'm like, dude, please make sure that you don't touch anything, don't touch anyone. Let's just find a corner and sit in the corner. Like, because honestly, like, and I'm not being funny, it's just like, you don't know what these people are in for, right? Like, we're in the middle of a pandemic. So if somebody can't breathe and they come to the hospital, and I mean, there's no screening outside. So everybody that's coming is literally coming into the same place. So whether you're coming in because you can't breathe, whether you're burnt, whether you got stabbed, whatever, everything. I mean, there's people bleeding. There's people on the floor. There was this little girl, I think she got burnt. Her skin is literally hanging off her body, and she's just, oh my gosh, like, there's this, oh guys, like there's so many things happening in that emergency room. And you know, one thing that honestly broke my heart is that, like, when you look at the people in that emergency room, you can see that, so, like, all of them are desperate for help, you know? You can see these people are in pain, these people are confused, these people need help, and they're just sitting there waiting. Yo, guys, that time, there was this patient literally getting a blood transfusion, like, right there in the emergency room, in the midst of all of that chaos. And I'm just like, I remember when I had to get a blood transfusion, like that's why I was in the hospital. And I remember one of the things that they said was that while the first 15 minutes, you can't even be left unattended because in case you react badly to the blood or something like that. But I'm like, here's this lady definitely left unattended. I can see by the blood sac that she has not been on this thing for a long time. So I'm like, okay, whatever. There's this man, he's naked. Why are you naked? Guys, it was just like such a mess. And I don't know, like maybe I may sound like I'm ignorant, I don't know, but honestly, like the things I saw, guys, like while we were waiting, 2 people died in front of us. First of all, we arrived, like 2 people died while we were waiting. Like what? They were not helped. They were not seen by a doctor. They were literally there for whatever it is that they came for, and they died waiting. Yo, guys, like, yeah. Anyway, we arrived there around 10, like 10:30. Don't remember exactly, but definitely before 11. But I think it was like around 10:30 when we arrived. We left Tembisa Hospital at 6 a.m. in the morning. When I tell you we had not seen a doctor, we left because it was 6 in the morning. I had to go to work. We waited the whole night. The whole night in that crowded emergency room. Not a single time. There was not once where a doctor came into that emergency room. I'm not exaggerating. There was no doctor. I think I saw maybe 4 nurses. There was not a single doctor that came. Guys, from 10 to 6 in the morning, we left. Like, we walked out. We were like, okay, we're not gonna get any help. My niece was no longer crying. The bleeding had stopped. We were like, we'll just take her to a private doctor and maybe we'll get help and we'll just pay the money. We'll just pay for the x-ray, whatever, it doesn't matter. But at this point, you know, my mom used to be a nurse as well, and she was like, you also, because we also thought she needs stitches. My mom was like, after like, but basically she said, you know, an open wound, if left for too long, then you can no longer stitch it. So we were like, then we've been here for like gang hours, you know. She's just like, whatever, come back, I'll nurse the wound. Oh, my niece is okay, by the way. She's such a happy child. I'll include like a few videos of her. You would not say that she was even hurt or injured or anything like that. But yeah, we are left with the traumatic experiences. But you know what, guys, I think the thing that frustrated me the most was, like, what kind of care is being given at public hospitals? First of all, the place was like obviously dirty, right? And I don't even know how to excuse it. Guys, I went into the toilet, I opened the door and I closed it again because I was like, there's literally no way that I'm using this toilet. I'd rather go outside where I'm parked and pee on the floor because there's just literally no ways. It was filthy. It's filthy. Like, it looks like it hasn't been cleaned for days. Like, so the first of all is obviously dirty. The people that were in the emergency room, it didn't look like they were getting assistance. There was this woman that was screaming and screaming in pain the whole night, not being assisted. And you know, as hard and as disturbed as that scene was, when I consider the fact that I only saw 4 nurses, 4 guys, 4. There must have been 100+ people in that emergency room. I'm not kidding. 100+. Kids, adults, older people, people who can't breathe, people who are burnt, people who are bleeding, people who are... Yo, guys, like, I was honestly like in so much distress. I was just like, what the hell's going on? I don't even understand. Like, so many things were happening, and I saw 4 nurses, and I'm thinking to myself, sometimes we blame nurses, but I'm like, when there's 4 people trying to treat so many people, who do you even prioritize, and what do you use as priority? I remember, you know, the whole time when we were sitting there, like I said, there was this little girl. She looked about 3 years old or 4. She's burned, like badly burned, like so badly burned. You can see that she's not even dressed warm, you know. You can see that she was there with her dad, or I don't, a male figure. And you can see that this person literally just picked her up and ran out, because she's not even dressed warm, literally, or she's in a gown, right? Which makes sense, because if my child is burned, I'm rushing to the hospital, right? The logic, I get it. I'm rushing to the hospital. I'm thinking I'm gonna get help quickly. My child needs help quickly. She's sitting there. You can see she's so badly burned, you know, her skin is hanging off, literally. Oh my gosh, like, oh my word, guys, it's so bad. Like, and I remember looking at this little girl and thinking to myself, even if, let's say, Kalaini, we were in front of her, I would honestly be like, help this child first. You know, my niece was all right at the time. She was playing. As long as you didn't touch her head, she was fine. You know, I was just like, guys, like our public hospitals, and I think here's the scary thing, like Tembisa is classified as one of the top 3 hospitals in Gauteng. What? How? And here's my thing, if that is top 3, what on earth is happening at the other hospitals? Like, guys, it was honestly like the scariest thing I've ever seen, and it was so confusing, and it was like, honestly, and you know, a lot of the times we always blame the staff, and honestly, I felt sorry for the staff. Yes, some of them looked really negligent, like they didn't care about anything, but I remember looking at those 4 nurses working in that room that day and thinking, it's 4 nurses with 100+ people, and they kept saying the doctor's coming, the doctor's coming, the doctor's coming. Guys, I'm still convinced that there was no doctor on duty, honestly, because where was he? What was keeping him busy? I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but the way I understand is that the doctor that's working in the emergency room is not the same doctor that will be working in other wards, and normally the people that are in the wards are sort of taken care of, so they sort of like sort them out for the night, and then the nurses just monitor. Man, guys, look at Tembisa hospital, guys. Like, the tweets are not lies. Like, you know, the tweets that you see about people, like how bad it is and how crowded it is and how people are on the floor. I saw that in the emergency room, and I cannot attest to the other wards that's happening, the other wards, but if that's how the emergency room looks, I cannot even imagine what's happening in the other wards, because I'm thinking to myself, those people that are in there need to get into wards as well. And like, if you can afford it, get medical aid, because nothing good awaits at a public hospital. And I remember the whole time I was there, I was thinking to myself, you know, we're in a pandemic, and you know, they keep saying that beds are running out and whatnot, and I kept thinking to myself, the last place you want to find yourself is you fighting corona and having to go to a public hospital. Like, no. Like, guys, it was so bad. Like, I can't even, I don't know. I can't even exaggerate it. Like, if I'm ever in a place where I need help urgently and the only place to take me is Tembisa Hospital, Dk1, let me die. Because, whoa. I'd rather die at home than go to that mess. And I keep thinking about the fact that 2 people died waiting. Waiting for help. And here's my thing. I'm like, you leave your house to go to... Nobody just leaves their house. Like, I don't think anybody likes the hospital. I don't believe anybody likes the hospital. Even if you have medical aid and you have to go to a private hospital, nobody likes a hospital. Nobody just goes, let me go to the hospital. Nobody. So you leave your house, you go to the hospital because you are desperate. I imagine at that point, you are so desperate, you're in so much pain, you need the hospital, right? And then to die waiting for help? I'm confused. And another thing is, the doctors, I don't know. I was just very confused. Like, guys, my experience at Tembisa Hospital was very horrific. And if I never have to set foot in another public hospital again, I pray to God that I never have to, honestly. Because it was honestly the scariest thing ever. I was so nervous the whole time. I was so uneasy the whole time. I was so scared the whole time. I was so nervous for everybody that was there. Like, I keep thinking about the people that I saw that day. Because I keep thinking, were they eventually helped? Did they get the assistance they need? I keep thinking about that little girl a lot. I'm like, did she eventually get help? You know, it was really horrible. And I don't know, man, like, guys, even with this whole pandemic, like, just stay home. Hospitals are full. Like, you don't want to find yourself at a hospital during this time. So take care of yourself, stay safe, don't play around, don't mess around, just stay safe, guys. Like, it's not worth it. Nothing is worth it. Stay safe, stay home. Like, you are Anna. Like, damn, it's so bad. But anyway, I thought I wanted to just share that a little bit. I know this rant was a little bit like all over the place, but honestly, like, in my head, it just like nothing makes sense. It's just like, what the hell's going on? I have so many questions. Let me know if you have ever been to a public hospital. What was your experience? Were you helped easy? Was it pleasant? Because I've also heard some people that have said that they have been to public hospital and it wasn't that bad. And I remember I once went to... Why did my light change? I once went to Steve Biko and I remember it wasn't that bad, honestly, you know. But I don't know. But anyway, let me know in the comment section down below if you've ever been to a public hospital. What was your experience? You know, are you on medical aid? If you're not on medical aid, are you planning on getting on medical aid? Do you not really see the need for it? Like, just what's the plan, you know? But for me, honestly, I'm like, if you can afford it, get medical aid. Like, get medical aid, guys. Get medical aid. Anyway, let me know in the comment section down below, what is your experience with public hospital? What is your experience with hospital in general? Yeah, but I was horrified, and I think it's gonna take me so long to forget the things that I saw that day. Honestly, yeah, scary stuff. All right, guys, I love you all so very much. And oh, remember to follow me on all my socials, Dk1original, across the board. And if you have not yet done so, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel. We are literally 20 subscribers away from hitting 700. Yay, man, exciting times. I'm really excited. Go, guys. Yay, yay, yay. Anyway, 700 and then 1K now. Anyway, so if you have not yet done so, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel and become one of the Dk1original family. In this here month of July, guys, I don't wanna post anything too serious. Like, I'm just gonna be going on rants. I'm just gonna be sharing a lot of just my thoughts and stuff like that. Like, I can't anticipate like this is probably gonna be the most serious video I drop in July. But I just felt that I needed to share it. because wow, man, unforgettable stuff. Anyway, if you have not yet done so, please subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every single time that I upload. And follow me on all my socials, Dk1original, across the board. I'm active on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook. So if you are on any of those social media platforms, you will definitely find me. Yes, I appreciate every single one of you so much. Until next time, I love you all so much. Bye.